Welcome to the Fit 15 podcast show, where you'll find health and fitness inspiration, motivation, and information shared in 15-minute episodes. Tune in while getting a move on to make leading and enjoying the benefits of a healthy lifestyle almost too easy. It's the Fit 15. And now your host, Catherine Basu.
Welcome to the Fit 15 podcast show. I'm your host, Catherine Basu. Wishing you a happy Monday if you're tuning in the day this episode is going live. I have some great Monday motivation for you today in the form of an interview with one of my long-term clients. I think you're going to really enjoy it, and that's why I've decided to publish it and share it with you, even though there are some sound quality issues in it that I think I did a good job of getting most of them out, but just wanted to apologize for that in advance while still encouraging you to listen to the interview. So let me just get on to introducing my guest, Meredith Rice. Meredith Rice, currently residing in Arkansas, became a Fit Armadillo in 2013 to lose weight in preparation for her wedding taking place the following year. Through an internet search, she found Fit Armadillo, and the rest is history. She lost 70 pounds and, other than a brief lapse, has kept it off. She will tell you that Fit Armadillo is responsible for that, and she no longer despises running as much. So welcome, Meredith. Thank you for joining me for my podcast show.
Thanks for having me. Yes, that as much is very important. Catherine likes to leave that out sometimes.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that it's changed, you know. That's all that matters.
Not that bad.
So when you started working with me, would love to have you share with people that don't know your story, because I have shared your story before on the blog, but that was we started working together. I can't believe that's been 4 years, almost 5 years now. That's crazy.
Actually, around September of 2013, so yeah.
It's been, time flies when you're having fun, or when you're on the run.
That's right.
So when you started working with me, what was your goal?
My goal was, like you said in my intro, to lose weight for my wedding. But I also, after meeting you at Starbucks and kind of telling you my past with running and our love-hate relationship, I set a goal to run a 5K without stopping. That was my goal. And I'm actually wearing the race shirt for that very 5K. So.
See? So it did happen.
It did happen. I ran this whole run without stopping, and it was so cold. It was properly named the Rudolph Fun Run because it was very cold, which for Houston was really weird and unnatural. But you came out in the cold and cheered me on, and I made it. So
I know. I feel like at that time, I grew up in Connecticut, but I feel like I didn't have as many of my warm clothes handy that I should have as a cheerleader. So.
I always joke that when I went through that process with you that I lost all my insulation, so I was freezing. And I went from being someone that was pretty much always hot, or at least not very cold, to now I'm always cold. Like, I have a heater, I have jackets, I have blankets, I'm always cold now. But I'll take it.
Some of the best people have that problem. I have that problem.
My mom has that problem, so she would probably agree.
Had you ever run or been successful at losing a lot of weight in the past before we started working together?
No, I did sports in high school. It was a small school. I always said that they were kind of stuck with me. That was kind of the extent of my athletic prowess, as you would say. And as far as weight, I never made it past like a week or two with like diets or something. I would just like lose motivation, or get distracted by chocolate cake or something like that.
Chocolate cake is definitely tempting. I'm not gonna, or at least I'll be honest. I'm not really a big cake fan, but anything else chocolate, I'm happy to take off of anyone's hands.
Yeah, I'm more of a brownie person now that I say that. Probably like brownie, cupcake, cookie, then regular.
In case anyone wants to send us any like gifts.
That is fine.
See? So what do you think made a difference that time compared to previous attempts?
Yeah, I think the difference this time was first of all, I had to be accountable to someone, but it wasn't like a drill sergeant accountability. You know, you're a very, very sweet person, and you're very encouraging. And I think that was a difference maker. And then also, I think what made this time different, I just felt supported this time, because a lot of the times, I mean, I did the workouts on my own for the most part in our weekly workouts together in person that time. But other than that, I did most of the workouts on my own, but I knew that I could always text you if I was feeling down or anything like that. I just felt very supported, and I think that made all the difference, because it can get lonely on those treadmills or gyms.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that, and you made me blush a little bit. But definitely have to give you credit too, because I have clients of all different abilities and whatnot, but you definitely have a lot of the extra internal motivation too that was able to lead you through the other workouts. That's important too, and something that people should think about when they're looking for a trainer or just getting started, whether they have a trainer or just a friend that supports them, whether they have to commit to a certain number of times in person with their friend or just texting can be based on your motivation. So it's good to kind of think about that.
Yeah, it was good to think about the dress too. I didn't have the dress yet, but I was like, I'm going to fit into, whatever. So, and I had a before picture, and I had other friends that had gone through similar things, and they were very helpful as well. But yeah, mostly it's about finding those people that will support you. And then it does take a lot of internal motivation, because you do most of the work on your own. So.
Yep. No, that's true. I wish I could be with you all the time, but I can't.
Here. Meredith foam roll. Meredith on the run. Here's before you run. You're there. You're there.
See? It took a while maybe, but now I'm internally there.
I might do a plank, I think, of you.
That little cue is your halfway through 15-minute point reminder. If you are walking with us and only have 15 minutes, you want to turn around now.
At a park and someone drives by with their window open and their music blaring, I think of you too.
Yeah, we did have some good music accompaniment when we were training together.
Mariachi, we had a very good mix.
So 4 years ago, you had your goal to do one race where you wouldn't stop and fit into your wedding dress, and you had your weight loss goal for that. What are your goals and plans now?
Well, I am currently training for a half marathon, and not just that, a 5K, 10K, and half marathon all in the same weekend for Run Disney. So that's my goal now. And then just and also, just other runs. I just got done with a 10K, a local 10K, and I'm going to do, of course, the Fit Armadillo virtual run and other races coming up in the future after Disney. So, but right now Disney's my main goal. You may be able to talk me into a marathon someday, but
it's videotaped now. We have the evidence. So.
But I may feel differently after February. I thought I may be like, no.
I mean, I thought that too. I thought I never would want to run a half marathon because I would just keep thinking that I have to do it twice to do a marathon, but then things happen.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, just thinking, I just had the 10K, like I said, and I was like thinking to myself, okay, a half marathon's double this. Well, I'll be pretty tired, but I feel like I could do that. And then when I thought about it, I was like, 4 times this. Marathon, I don't know about that. Just act on a day other than race day, and I might tell you something different.
See? Well, I always think it's all, if you can put in your training, then you trust your training, and it might be hard to trust it the week leading up to the race, but usually you'll be good.
therapist the week of the race because stress. But it is mostly mental game, both in running and in fitness. That has a lot to do with your motivation. If you can get past your mind block, then you can do it.
Yep, no, definitely. And you have to tell them though. So you ran your 10K, your first 10K, and you got your proof of time for Disney.
Yes.
Which was your goal, but you didn't tell them anything else exciting that happened with your 10K.
Yes. So the week leading up to the race, I was looking at the times for last year because the 10K did not hand out medals unless you placed in your age group. And I was looking at the last year's times and I was thinking, well, if I PR by quite a bit, I might get third place. And so I went out there hoping to medal, and I didn't get third. I got second. So I got a medal, and I was really happy about it. And a gong set up if you got a PR, which is a personal record. And so I got to ring the gong. So that was really
No, I love it. I'm definitely proud of you, and it's awesome, going from not so sure about running to running your first 10K and even getting a medal for being second in your age group. So you definitely need to be proud of yourself before going on to the next training goal, right?
Yes. I had Catherine in my mind then too. She says, "I wish I could be with you." She was with me during that race because she told me before the race I was telling her my stomach hurts. Like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm so nervous. And she was like, "Oh, a mantra that I keep in my mind when I'm running, and it really helps me, is I am strong. This is my race." And so I had all these things I had lined up in my mind to think about, like if I needed some motivation, and I didn't use hardly any of that. I just kept repeating Catherine's mantra, and that kept me going pretty much the good portion of the race, especially on the mile that was basically all uphill. That was pretty much the Catherine mile. Definitely helped.
It's definitely a good one. I try to think of it myself, like kind of breathe in like I am strong and then breathe out. This is my race, because it also helps me calm down a little bit more or get some good breaths in when I run. So I'm glad that it was effective.
I was like, okay, like everybody move over. Like this race isn't gonna know what hit them. Like so that gave me a little like, okay, I'm tired of this.
So any advice you have, Meredith, for people at the beginning of their fitness journey?
Yeah, I mean, just don't, if you have a bad day, don't give up on it. Just keep going, pick yourself up, keep going, and find that support system, because that's going to be invaluable. Whether it's Fit Armadillo, a member of your family, just someone when you have a bad day to talk to about it, and to really pull you through. If they can't be there working out with you or going out running with you, just some support system. And like I said, just don't give up. Just do it, because there's been plenty of days where I didn't want to work out and I was dreading it all day, and then I did it and I felt so much better afterwards. I'm like, okay, I did that. And if you just take that one day at a time, one workout at a time, you'll be amazed, like, months later, that you're like, oh yeah, I did that. It gets easier to trick your mind into doing these things, and it gets better after that. The first month or two when you're forming the habit is the hardest. So just keep telling yourself, just make it through this workout or make it through this week, and then it'll just become easier and easier.
I love it. I mean, there's a reason why they say, especially for running, that it's 90% mental, because it really is a lot of the mind tricks, right?
Yeah, it definitely is a lot of mind tricks, and you can do anything. That's why they have that saying: you can do anything you set your mind to. That's just what you got to do. You just got to set your mind to something. And there was a quote something about it takes 4 weeks to set a habit, or 6 weeks. I don't know the exact quote. I probably shouldn't be quoting it. But it also says something like it takes 4 weeks for you to know a difference, 8 weeks for other people to know a difference that are close to you, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So those early days are the toughest, but if you can make it through that with your support system, you can do it.
Awesome. Well, great, definitely great advice. Anything else you wanted to share with us, Meredith, about your journey or anything?
I'm still a work in progress, so I'm definitely not a pro, but like I said, I brag on Catherine all the time.
Oh.
She is a big part of it. So she helps keep me motivated and calm when I'm freaking out over, oh, I can't do this or that or whatever. And also, I am starting to document my training journey to that half marathon. The Disney Princess Half Marathon is what it is. And my channel's Rice Runner. So if you want to see more from me, you can head over there. And I also have some more of my story on there, and I do goofy things, and you'll see my cats some. So
They're trying to take over the channel, but
yes, yes. I have to tick off one of my cats off the treadmill all the time. So battle.
awesome. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to share some insights from your journey and making me blush a lot. I didn't expect all that, but and I personally loved following your fitness journey on YouTube. So I definitely encourage other people. I mean, I like it for different reasons because I get to see that you're keeping up with your workouts. That makes me happy as a trainer.
Run because Catherine's going to be watching.
So that's why like it most of the time that I'm watching. But it is very inspirational and it's good. You guys can see kind of what she's doing and what it takes to have a good routine. And I think you'll enjoy following her story. So I highly recommend checking that out. And I think that's a wrap for this episode of the Fit 15.
Thanks for listening to the Fit 15. For show notes and more, visit fitarmadillo.com/podcast. See you next time.
Thanks so much for tuning into the Fit 15. It's Catherine again. Isn't Meredith super sweet? She definitely had me blushing a lot on that interview. She wanted to be on the podcast, and I did not know how much she was going to brag about me. So that was very sweet of her. Love having her as a client. So grateful for her. And wanted to pop back on the podcast to share two things. One is related to Meredith's interview and episode here. She talked about signing up for the Fit Armadillo Fun Run. We did a fun run last year in December to raise money for Girls on the Run chapters, Girls on the Run of Los Angeles and Southern Maryland. And right now I am still allowing virtual runners to sign up for a similar event I put on for Girls on the Run of Palm Beach because I was out there last week for my book tour. So you can go to the show notes or go to fitarmadillo.com/GOTRPBC, so Girls on the Run Palm Beach Council, to sign up as a virtual runner and get an awesome sparkly finisher's medal for participating in that. And the other thing I wanted to share with you is that I have a giveaway going on in honor of March being both National Nutrition Month and Women's History Month. And that is a giveaway for the Kefir Cookbook by Julie Smolyansky. Julie is the CEO of Lifeway Foods, and she just published that book, and I was able to taste a bunch of recipes and get to celebrate her book launch with her, and she gave us an extra copy of her book to give away. So head on over to Instagram.com/fitarmadillo to figure out how you can win that copy of the book. You'll be able to find that post by looking for the picture of Julie and I holding her cookbook. So I hope you get a chance to enter that giveaway and be a part of the fun run and fundraiser for Girls on the Run of Palm Beach. Thanks so much for listening to today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss an episode this week. Get a reminder to get moving with us once a day at least during the busy work week, and get some awesome fitness inspiration and motivation One last thing I want to say is that if you are enjoying this podcast and you've been listening for a while, do not forget to head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. I greatly appreciate that. If you need help finding the link to iTunes and the podcast, you can go to fitarmadillo.com/iTunes and it should pop up. Thanks for listening, and I will chat with you tomorrow as long as you subscribe. Bye.